Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 16th to the 30th, 2025 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Aries, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay, give me just a moment. All right, Aries. At the center of it all, the current situation, is the Three of Swords. Like, I say ooh because look at this. Look how intense this card is. It's a release, it's anger, it's frustration. But there is also this real sense of I'm letting go of all this pain that has kept me bound, that has kept me tied, that has kept me held back, and I don't want it anymore. So there is such a sense here, Aries, of a release of pain, of hurt, of devastation, of being overwhelmed, of doubt and of fear. And it brings us then, to the Eight of Wands. Now, the challenge here is that everything is moving really quickly. So during this time, during the last half of June, we can find that we're kind of downloading a lot. We're dealing with a lot. We're understanding a lot. We're coming to a lot of conclusions. And the Eight of Wands is like everything's happening really quickly. And it's more intense than we expected it to be. Okay. But it's coming quickly and we're releasing a lot of things that have kept us held back, that have kept us overwhelmed, that have kept us heartbroken, right? We can find ourselves saying it. It's like, I was heartbroken. This just broke my heart. It was so overwhelming. And we mean it subconsciously, somewhere deep within us. We really do feel like something shattered us in one way or another. This is a tremendous time of healing. But first, for that healing, there has to come that acknowledgement. And then where we need to focus is the Seven of Pentacles. And I love this. I love this imagery right here, right? Of all the seeds being planted and of us, healing as we nurture the growth. So this is like Reiki hands, energy hands, healing hands. And we are going to see patience come through growing, through establishing, through becoming more than what we had anticipated we could be, or even looking at things in a way where it's like, oh, okay, that's going to take time. And instead of being mad at ourselves, because we were mad at ourselves for a while at things taking time or at other people for things taking time, now we're like, okay, it's going to take time and it's going to move forward. And that's okay. And I can see that. And it brings us then to what we're leaving behind. And this is strength. This is always feeling like we have to appear strong. This is more of a masquerade. I'm seeing this more of a masquerade type of strength. Now, this is Leo energy. We can be leaving a Leo behind in our lives. It's like, nope, don't want this energy in my life anymore. Time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. But here, it's also that sense of never seeing yourself as strong, right? So we can have this be two ways, like two sides of a coin. One is I always have to be strong. And the other side is I never feel strong. I never feel like as in control or as powerful as I wanted to. And so I have to appear more strong to others because there is this fear within me. And this is going to be a time where we start to see our strength. We start to see our power. The masquerade, it falls away. And it's like, oh, thank goodness. It's like, yes, I am ready for the freedom to come, for the empowerment to come, for the emboldening of myself to come forward. And for me to truly see my own strength without people saying, oh, if I was to pick a card for you, it'd be the strength card, Aries, because you are so strong. And we look at them and we think, I'm not strong at all. Or, oh my gosh, I'm such a fight with a Leo. How could you even think I'm like that energy? No, here it is embracing our strength, and it's seeing ourselves, and it's seeing the complexity of us, the lion and the lamb, at the exact same time, and the power of our heart, and the power of our soul, and the power of what we want. And then even an argument that we're having with anybody, it's like, okay, well, that's in that sphere, but this is me. This is what I'm going after. This is what I'm doing. And then it brings us to our strength, which is the 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands, yeah, we might be sitting there and saying, oh, I wish that energy was leaving us behind. That sense of I have to fight other battles. But our strength is that we stand tall. Our strength is that she's not battered and bruised and all, like, she looks really good, right? In all the 9 of Wands, this is the most beautiful rendition because she's strong, she's positive, she's courageous, she's determined. And that energy is going to be the energy that we're taking forward during this time, is a sense of, I got this. Like, I got this. There's this fence here and things are okay. I've got this. And that's going to be our strength during this time. Like, people can look at us and be like, it doesn't even bother you. But they don't see that we've come to terms with so much. We've walked through so much. And now it's like, no, I've got this. I see this. I understand. And it brings us then to this place within the near future, which is the Emperor. And the Emperor, what does the Emperor represent? It represents us. We are represented by the Emperor in the major arcana, right? And so here, the energy of the Sun, which represents Leo energy, okay? Leo is represented by the Sun, the Emperor, Aries, us. We are represented by Mars, right? So we are Aries, we are the god of war, represented by Mars, the god of war. There's a lot to us. There's a lot of power. There's a lot of force. There's a lot of determination. But with the Emperor, there is the sense here that we're stepping into our power of us. We are also the king maker, all right? Meaning that we walk with kings and we make kings. We are the king of kings, the high king, the emperor. This is the empowerment that we are embodying, whether, however we identify ourselves, whether we see ourselves as an emperor or not. That is the essence of our spirit, that we are forever, learning how to embrace and how to come into alignment with. So we step into a power that is saying, this is the essence of me. This is who I am. This is what I want. I am not going to kind of, slink back and say, I cannot desire what it is I want in my life. I cannot dream big. This is the time where we say, I'm dreaming big. I'm going after what I want for me. I'm looking at, what I desire for myself. I'm opening up the door, but I'm also saying, this is my power. This is myself. This is where I want to be for me. And the Emperor is authority, determination, focus, insight. Aries, it is us. And there is such this essence to us during this time of, this is where I want to be. This is how I'm moving forward. This is what I'm going after. And this is what I'm envisioning as the bigger picture of me. And I'm not hiding away from it. And so we are stepping into, in the very near future, the very essence of ourselves. And we are doing so, even though we have been through the battered and bruised, the overwhelmed, we're doing so with a sense of like, I got this. I've got this. And there's a confidence to us, a determination to us. And then the advice for this time is the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is just one of the most beautiful cards because and they all live happily ever after. It is your happiness. It is your joy. It is your prosperity. It is your success. It is saying, what makes you happy? What makes you smile? What brings joy into your life? This is what you are moving forward with. This is what you are following. This is what you are embracing more and more and more each day. And so the advice here is to remember your joy and to embrace your happiness and to go after what it is that you want and fill your cup. And it doesn't matter if people get it. Do no harm is absolutely paramount. Move forward with love and care and compassion and be patient as things grow. That's going to be really important. And that's where we need to focus our time during the last half of June. That energy, growing things and manifesting and building. But here it is saying, this is what I love. And this is how I'm embracing the very essence of me. And the environment that we're in is one of the Ace of Wands, right? So the Ace of Wands is spectacular because we are represented by the Wands and the Minor Arcana, okay? So the Emperor is the king, is the fire, is the intensity. The Ace of Wands is saying, take that fire, take that intensity, take that beauty, take that brilliance, move it forward. And the Ace of Wands here is a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, saying, what is your passion? How do you want to light your path? How are you moving things forward for you? Where is it that you want to be? What is it that you desire for yourself? And it's that illumination within the darkness that is moving you forward in the most exquisite way and in the most beautiful way. And as it does so, we have the repeat of the number 8. So do be mindful about that with the repeat of the number 8, that you can be very, very serious during the last half of June. And you can be looking at things and being like, oh, I have to do this, or I have to do that, or what about this, and what about that? Don't be so harsh on yourself. You're going to have a tendency, because you have before, to box yourself in. You take your responsibilities and you take them very, very seriously. Are they serious? Absolutely. But are they going to need to be all-encompassing? Be mindful about that, because that's going to rob you of joy and also of the energy that you need to grow what it is that you desire, what it is that you're looking for. The 8 of Pentacles is hard work, okay? This is your hopes and your fears. Your hope is that everything that you've been working towards, everything that you've been, spending your time on, you're building into prosperity, you're building into success, you're building into bounty. And your fear is going to be that it's going to be nothing but work. It's going to be nothing but hard work forever and ever. So just be mindful about that you like work. You like work. It's going to be something that's fun for you. And work doesn't mean you have to get a paycheck for it. Work is whatever you do that you're sitting there and you're like, this is what I'm building towards my future. This is what I'm building towards what I desire. And the 8 of Pentacles is that prosperity and that success. But the fear is that it's always going to feel like a drudgery. So just be mindful about that. That's why Spirit is saying here, the advice for this time is take your joy where you find it. Take your happiness where you get to embrace it and laugh with it and grow with it. And it moves us then to the potential outcome, which is the Magician. Not only do you take this gift of fire and of passion, right? But the Magician says, as above, so below. As I think it, so it becomes. And as I see it within my soul and for myself, as I manifest it forward. The Magician takes their gifts. And that is what we're doing in the last half of June, Aries, is we're seeing our gifts. We're seeing what we desire. We're also seeing where people, kind of tested us and made us have to feel strong, like have to overcome certain things, and most likely in an energy way that we didn't really like. It's like, ooh, that was a little bit negative, or that was a little bit more argumentative than I would have liked it to be. But we are embracing the fact that we are an emperor. We are the kingmakers. And that is a power in and of itself. And so never think that you're supposed to be meek or hide away. This is a time where you're saying, these are my gifts. This is my joy. This is my passion. This is how I move forward. And this is how I stand with kings and keep my head. And here, during the last half of June, you're going to see a part of your magic, a part of your power, your authenticity, your tenacity, your determination, your gift as to why you're here on this earthly plane. It doesn't have to be a big gift. It doesn't have to be something that everybody's like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of this before. But it's what sets you apart. And it's what makes you shine. And it leads you forward in a way that is exquisite and that is powerful. And you are finding that power and you are reclaiming that power in the last half of June, Aries. And as you do so, you are absolutely unstoppable. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Oh, goodness, as I drop everything. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Oh, the parrot. I love the parrot. It says, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. And I love that for you. I love that for the energy of this time. It's like everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an idea. That's great. Great on them. But this is your life and this is who you are. Let yourself shine forward. Let yourself move forward as you and embrace your voice. And it brings us then to the chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. And this is listening, okay? This is the throat chakra. And when Spirit says to listen, it's like this is a forgotten superpower. Everybody talks. Everybody talks. Very few people listen in this world. And so here, if you listen to your body, if you listen to yourself, if you listen to your intuition, and then you start listening to the rest of the world, all of a sudden, you are going to find that you have a knowing. That others are like, Aries, how did you know that? Like, how did you see that? How did you understand that? And it's through the art of listening that's going to just transform things for you. It is. But start with listening to yourself because, everybody else, that's great. But really listen to you during the last half of June. And our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the tower. That's always a good one. I laugh because it's not saying here that you're going through a tower time. What I see from the cards, especially from the Three of Swords at the center of it all, is that you went through a tower time and it broke your heart. It overwhelmed you. Had you look at things that maybe you were able to push down and push down and push down and kind of forget about it and just move forward and everything was great. And then you had to face something. And for some, it was maybe 3 months or 3 weeks. But for others, it's been 3 years that you've been grappling with something that was insurmountable, that felt like you were climbing your own Mount Everest, right? Without a guide, without, the rope and everything being easy. It's like, or quote unquote easy, right? Without that way forward. It's like the sense of you were on your own and it was all just terrifying. Here with the tower, subconsciously, do not let yourself fall back into that trap of, I have to be strong. I have to put up this front, right? Because you're a kingmaker. Meaning that you can easily put that mask on of, I have to be strong, I have to be powerful, I have to get this done. Nobody can see my weakness because I'm afraid that everything will fall. I'm afraid that as soon as I let myself breathe, that's when everything's going to fall apart. That's not going to happen. And if it does, coming through things with a sense of softness, with a sense of care and compassion, that's going to be what sees you through. It's not going to be the fierce, I will force it to. It's going to be the gentle, I will move with this, like the wind, like the water, okay? The fire is fantastic. The fire warms. But when the fire is out of control, it is devastating in and of itself. So do be mindful about this, okay? Be it when anything is out of control, it is devastating. But Aries, you know what I'm saying because you've been there before, right? With the intensity. So here with the tower, there is a power to you that is coming forward during this time. Do not let the fear of life taking different paths, of spirit throwing curveballs that overwhelm in your way, stop you from living your life because you have the most beautiful life set forward for you. You really, really do. It brings us then to the subconscious spirit message. And this is the eagle. It says, you are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. And you're seeing things in such a different way. You're seeing yourself in such a different way. And as you do so, and as you learn this, and as you understand this about you, it moves you then to your subconscious chakra message, which is divine wisdom. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. This is new wisdom, new ideas, new knowledge coming forward. And Spirit says here, hey, listen, subconsciously, be mindful. Be mindful of getting in your own way. Be mindful of being too rigid, okay? That's going to be something where it's like, it's an energy that you fall back on. It's like, okay, these are the rules. This is how it has to be. There needs to be a rigidity to it. And Spirit is saying here, stop, because it's going to be following, it's like following the pattern of like a father or a grandpa. I see it as a very strong, or an uncle, a very strong masculine figure. Now, this could also be a mom or an aunt or a grandma who just had that very, like in the spirit world, they come through as very masculine energy. You will do this. You will listen to me. It will be this way. And that is that, kind of very boot campy. So just be mindful about that during this time, because that energy is one that you want to avoid, but you'll find yourself stepping into it because it was like, it just wasn't messed with, right? It wasn't messed with when you were younger. And so it is the one that holds the authority and the power now. So just be aware of that. It moves us then, and this could even be from a past life. You're like, I don't know where this energy comes from. It's like, it can be past life stuff. It moves us then to the subconscious spirit message, and that is the Hierophant. I love that you have the Emperor and the Hierophant. So this is the Pope and this is the Emperor. Back in like medieval times, they were the powerhouse. Nobody messed with them. And that is what you are, Aries. You are the powerhouse. Now, you can have a very strong relationship with a Taurus energy. Time frame is April 20th to May 20th. You could be born on the cusp with Taurus as well. But here, this is through joy, through laughter, through beauty of self, like beauty of soul, there is enlightenment. And that is the energy that you're stepping into. And that is the energy that is empowering you and enlightening you and opening up the doors in ways that you hadn't expected for yourself. And it is really quite beautiful. The Hierophant is also the sense of, I'm figuring out how to make it work for me. You're going to see that trying to fit in, it's not really your thing. It's not really your thing, especially if you found this channel, right? If you're here, it's not really your thing to fall into line like everybody else. It is your thing to embrace your joy and your soul. And here, let the laughter out, let the joy out, let the happiness out. And do not squelch your own creative spirit because you think, oh, I'm this age, or I've reached this point, or I've gone through XYZ. I cannot be happy anymore. I cannot laugh anymore. I cannot smile anymore. I cannot XYZ anymore. It's like, no. The world needs the darkness fought with joy and light. And that is it. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of your positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of the last half of June and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Aries, also, just as this last note from Spirit, there was somebody when you were younger, okay? There's this energy that you had loggerheads with, right? You butted heads with this person because they were kingmakers, right? But they did it through force, through determination, through, either they broke you or you made it type of thing. That's not your path. Your path is to make kings through love, compassion, understanding, fierceness too, but it's with a gentle hand. Do not lose your compassion, your love. That is one of your greatest gifts. All right, Aries. Sending lots of love your way. Bye.